All right, I've got my wife's car behind me, and it has been freezing cold down here lately. So I've had to fill up her tires a couple times, and all I've got is this super old pump. And so I have been looking for something that would be a tire pump and also do some other stuff recently. And I found this kit, and this kit has a ton of stuff in it. So it's a tire pump, it is a power bank, a vacuum cleaner. There's a car wash attachment in here, a couple other things as well. And so I want to take you through all the features that it has and just kind of show it off. And then I'm going to show some of it in use and just kind of show you what it does. So let me go ahead and open this up. And the brand is Bayu or Bayu. I'm not really sure how to say it. But I found this and it had everything I was looking for, plus a little bit more and kind of a nice design. And so I was happy to buy it. Now I'm excited to unbox it, take a look at it. All right, so here we've got this nice little kit. So it comes in this little case, which is nice. My wife's car, and I'll show you later, she's got a nice little tucked in area that's underneath the floor that this would fit perfectly. And so let me go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. All right, so here we go. So wow, so you can see all of the different kits here. So they've got kind of your smart guide that's going to show you everything, and then all of the different stuff is packed in here nice and neat. Everything's got this sort of Kaizen style packaging, right? So it's got the foamed in. See how this fits directly in this spot, so it keeps everything nice and organized. So kind of going from the top, I'm not even sure what everything is right away. This I'm pretty sure is the pressure washer for the car. So it's a pressure wash / power wash option for car washes and everything. Looks like it's got some different nozzles on here, which is really cool to see. Then it looks like this is going to be my vacuum attachment. So I've got 2 little kids, and there are Cheerios and Puffs and everything else like crazy in every crevice of this car. So I'm really excited to check this out and kind of see what it does. There are some other things in here too. I believe this is either going to be, I believe this is going to be the power bank. So there's a power bank and there's also a starter. And so, if you get a dead battery or whatever, there is a starter. So kind of going through the kit, right? So here you can see this is where you've got your sort of pre-charged up kit. So I'll look into the details of this and demo how it works without actually putting it on the battery, because battery's good right now. But as we go through this kit, there's just a lot more other stuff. Here you've got what sort of looks like your spray bottle to put different, soaps or whatever it may be in there. And then here, I'm not even sure what is in this. This might be hoses for the, so this just looks like hoses for the car washing attachment. So that's pretty cool. There are some brackets and other things in here as well. But again, I love the case itself. I love how everything is compact and nice and organized, and you can kind of keep it all together. So here's the tire inflator. So here it's got the different nozzle styles for your tires. So I will demo that. Got some other brush attachments and things like that for the vacuum. So yeah, I mean, all in all, this is a great looking kit. It's got a ton of stuff in it. As you can see here, I'll try to show it. I mean, it's just got a ton of different stuff in it in one nice and easy thing. And when I put all this together and put it back, I'll be able to zip this closed, and then I'll be able to store it in the back of my wife's car, which is nice. Everything's tucked in right here. Easy to access, doesn't make a mess, and it's got everything I need. All right, so here we go. So here's the inside of my car. You can see all the kid crumbs and cereal and everything else that's in there. So I'll take the power base. I'll take the vacuum attachment. You see these little indicators here, lock and unlock? That lines up to this arrow on that unit. So you put it in here, rotate it. Now it's clicked in. From there, you can press it on. First, you power this on. Each of 3 dots indicates about 1/3 of power. So this is fully charged. Press this and it's on, and there seems to be 2 speeds. So I'll show you how it works. So you can see that works pretty good. Now there is also a nozzle attachment here, which you can put on. So car seats are a pain in the butt, notoriously. And so you take this, and I'm pretty sure you just wedge this down in there like that. And now I have a nozzle attachment that'll let me get into the nooks and crannies of a car seat. So I'll show you that right now. All right, so there you go. So that's the vacuum attachment. So honestly, it works pretty well. It's not, as much power as like the kind you would get at a car wash or something that are attached to those industrial machines, but it works just great for picking up dust and leaves and little things like that. So pretty impressed with that, and we'll definitely be using this moving forward. All right, so in terms of cleaning, you pop the vacuum accessory off, and then just like was on the unit, you've got these little arrows here. Twist this, and the vacuum suction, the head that collects everything comes off. This part doesn't get wet, so you take this off, put it to the side, and here you can see all the junk that I kind of sucked up here. So you can actually pull this out, and then in there is all of the kicks and Cheerios and dust and everything else. So you can bang these out in a trash can, run some water through them, do whatever. When you're done, you put it back together. You would put this back on, and then you've got your vacuum clean and ready to go. All right, so next we've got our tire inflator, and this is the one that I'm most excited about, honestly, because the one that I have today is not very good. So just like the others, you line this up, you put it through, twist it in, and now you're there. When I power this on and power this on, you can see it's got the digital readout. So I'm pretty excited about that. Other features that it has are there's a light on top, and so if you are filling up your tire at night or something and there's safety concerns, you can turn it on to use it for visibility, or you could make it flash for safety so that other motorists and stuff, don't run into you. So here comes, this is the hose. So let me twist that on real quick. All right, so I've got this set up now. So you'll notice on this that there are different modes that you can cycle through. So if you look here, so that's a basketball, a sports ball. This is a bicycle. This one is like a motorcycle. And then this one is a car. And it's in bar, not PSI. So 2.4 bar corresponds directly to 35 PSI, which is exactly what this tire needs. So I'm going to go ahead and press this and let it run. So my wife's tire is actually already at full pressure, and so because this is reading to that, I can't get it to go. So what I'll do is I'll bump it up a little bit so that you can just kind of hear it in operation. I don't want it to overinflate, and so I'll turn it off. But it is very quiet. It is much quieter than other inflators that I have. And from what I can tell, it seems to work pretty quickly. I love the digital interface. And so if you need PSI, you'll just have to get used to converting from bar to PSI. But 2.4 is 35 PSI, and so it's pretty straightforward. But I absolutely love this. It is compact. It's easy to use. I'm going to actually show you filling up a basketball right now. All right. So to fill up my basketball, I'll need to put this nozzle in. And so I will put that in here. I will clamp it down. There we go. And now I just need to put it in the basketball. All right, so this basketball needs to go to 8 PSI. And so as I cycle through the options again here, you kind of hold that in place. So cycle through the options. 8 PSI is the standard, so I'll press it and let it run. Well, there you go. So this one was already, again, at 7.8, and so it was the perfect amount. So let me bump it up a little bit again so you can just hear it run. So there you go. You can see how quickly it works. Now, this is obviously a small volume, but I am really impressed with the sound of this thing. It is just not very loud, and it seems to get air through in a really efficient manner. All right. Last but certainly not least, we've got our power wash attachment. I am really excited to see how this works, just how strong it is and how easy it is to use. So first and foremost, again, I'm going to hook this up the same way I've done with all the others. Click it in there, turn this on. I'm not going to turn this unit on yet because there's some other things that you do have to attach first. So so there's a couple other attachments you got to do. So first and foremost, you want to grab your additional nozzle. And so you can see here, this got a bunch of different settings for how it can spray out different water angles and stuff like that. It's got this sort of quick connect style of nozzle. And so you pull this back, put this in, and then it's firmly in place and you can twist it around from there. So that's how this nozzle goes on. Now you got to actually hook up your water hose. Now on the water hose, this is a little bit different. So this is not going to go, this does not go on directly onto a hose or a sprinkler or whatever. So this end is going to connect to my gun. This is going to connect into a bucket of water. So got a bucket of water down there. I'm gonna put one end in this. That's gonna be basically my intake, and then the rest of it will hook up here. So let me go ahead and drop that in. Let me unwind my cord here. So unwind this. I will drop that in. It's in the bucket now. And then same type of thing here. You've got the quick connect. So you pull down on this, press it up. Now it's all the way in. So now this should be on. So if I press this, should be on. There we go. So it's gonna work. So now I'm gonna just kind of play around with this and see how it works. All right, so there you go. So you got to run it for a little bit for the water to actually get up the hose and into the system. But then once you do, you've got a pressure washer style attachment. So now I can play around with this nozzle. So that's kind of the standard setting. I can play around with this and get some different spray patterns. So see, this is more of like a mist. And then it gets more and more sharp as I go down. So if I go to like the most direct one, that's going to be kind of your pressure washer style of attachment. So as you can see here, there are, looks like 6 nozzles that you can choose from. So there's 6 different nozzles that you can choose from. They are marked on the side with sort of their angles and their, you know, what it is that they do. But yeah, so far, I mean, this is super easy to use. It's easier to me than kind of having my hose hook up because I got that on a sprinkler normally. And so I don't want to have to take that thing off. So I just throw this in a bucket of water, you know, and I'm good to go. The other thing that you can do with this, and let me show you really quickly. All right, so the other thing that you can do with this is use this, which is your soap attachment. And so it says snow foam on there, but it's for like soap and stuff like that. And so first what you're gonna do is if you take this attachment off, so pull that down, pop this out, just like that. Then you would take your soap or whatever and put it in here. So mix powder, soap, whatever, water, whatever you want to get sprayed out onto the car goes on here. And then you would kind of twist this in place. And then from there, you basically take this and you put it directly in to the end of this. And then once it's locked in, now as I spray, let's pretend there was some soap in here. So now I've got this on here, and as I spray, if I had this filled with soap or whatever, it would be putting suds and bubbles and everything in the car. So really nice, you can pop that out, then you can put your pressure washer back on. So basically the way you would use this, you put this in, spray everything down with soap. When you're done, you pop this off, you put your pressure wash type nozzle back on, wipe everything down, and then you can spray it off and get a nice clean finish at the end. So I really like this. It's fun to use. It's not heavy or anything like that. I mean, I could hold this for a long time without, you know, any issues. It's a cool little feature to be added to this kit for jump starting and everything else. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of it. All right, so the last thing I want to show off here is the sort of quick start option. So within your power bank, which you've got here, at the bottom, you've got this sort of unique plug situation. And so that is where this goes. So you would plug this in here, just like that. You see the light here indicating that it's there. See that? So it's flashing green. And then from there, basically you would hook this up just like normal. So red would go to red. I'm not going to do that because my wife's battery is not dead, but red would go to red, black would go to black. And then from there, you basically can turn this thing on and it will jump start your car without needing another car there. So really convenient, you know, thing for you to use and to have, you know, especially if you're by yourself. It is just it's a good thing to have, you know, if you might be stuck or anything like that and you don't have another car at your household with which you can jump start. So really, really pleased with this. I hope I don't have to use it, but if I do, I'll be relieved to know that it's in there. So I mentioned that a lot of people will put this in their cup holder because it fits so nice. So you've got it here. Right now I don't have the little ring on it just because I was just demoing the attachment to this, but put the ring on it. You can press this here, and then a phone with a MagSafe charger can sit right on top of it to charge. Or of course you've got these different plugs. I've got a couple here just to kind of show. So you've got the USB type C. You can plug that in. You've got the standard USB. You can plug that one in, and so it really becomes kind of like a mobile charging station that you can have. Now, you know, a lot of cars will have other plugs and stuff like that, so you know, you may or may not need this function, but when you do need it, it's super nice to have. And the other thing is, even if your car does have these plugs, you can actually use those to recharge this power bank so that you can use some of the other tools and stuff on it. So I love that it's so compact and it fits just right there in the cup holder. You know, while you're driving, have easy access to everything. It's just a nice little convenient thing that you can use in a variety of ways.